All right, today we'll be talking about, growth and development as well as milestone, but we'll be taking it step by step. You can follow me directly at Dolayemi, DOLLAYEMI, DOLLAYEMI at DOLLAYEMI. So I said today that we'll be talking on, first 6 months of a baby. First 6 months of a baby, what you should know. Yes, what are those things that you should know when you have your baby? What are those things that you knew before, but, it's not working anymore? Because, for every time, there's always something new that we didn't know, or there's something that, I didn't know that, or this is what they mean, or this is how it should be done, and all of those things. Do not worry, I got you. All right, so, while you're pregnant, you'll be anticipating. This baby is coming. This my child is coming. This my baby is coming. This and this, that and that, and all of those things. So, at that point in time, you're like, when I meet this baby, what are the things I would do? What are the things I would say? And, a whole lot of other things that you'll be thinking of as well. So, you would get all of those talk today. Yes, you get all of those talk today right here on the station. RCCG Radio with me, Oluwadamilola. So yes, like I said earlier, you've anticipated your baby's first arrival. For 9 months, since the moment you even heard that you're pregnant. I'm sure some of you will be rubbing your tummy every morning. My baby is almost here, my this and that. Reading every parenting articles that you can, tracking development. I did it when I was pregnant for my son. For every week I was always tracking, development. I was always saying, okay, so this is where he is now. And I know my husband was so interested. He was always asking, what week are we in now? Okay, what's the development this week? He was always intrigued and all of those things. So, and then, after that phase, and then your baby comes. 9 months is here. So your baby comes and ta-na-na-na, your baby is here. Your little bundle of joy is there, eating, crying, pooing every 2 hours. At that point, you're like, I don't know, this is how it is. It's so stressful. It's so this. It's so that. I remember there was a time I was carrying my son and then I was begging him, sleep a little now so that I can sleep. And then I bumped on I hit my head on the wardrobe and I'm like, oh my God, what's all this? It just, disarranged my sleep routine and all of these things. But it comes with the package. It's part of the story to tell. At that point in time, you're like, hey, what do I do? How do I go about this? And all of those things. Do not worry. Because truth is, you don't have the time to read all those parenting books that you've bought. You had the intention of reading them and all of those things. But it's not everything that you can read through. That is why I have created and I'm doing this program for a quick and easy guide to your baby's first 6 months. Yeah, so you can listen and, if I were you, I'll get a note and a pen, or I'll make sure that I am recording so that I can help myself with this. So you have to read on. Truth is, you cannot, it's not a one-time thing. It's a continuous effort and continuous learning when it comes to raising children and, when it comes to raising children and wanting to be there for your children. So first, in the first month, all that you need to know, first, the physical development. At the first month, your baby's hearing is fully developed. For newborns, a hearing screen is done on all babies born in hospital. I don't know, if it is in all hospitals, but where I gave it to my son, it was done, and some other things as well. So they will do hearing screening, so that they can see that if he has a start to respond, if he responds to, familiar sounds, voices, loud noises as well, to know that indeed he is listening and nothing is wrong with his ears. So at that stage, his head and his neck need careful support. Yes, at that stage, his head and his neck, they need careful support. And also brain development. At the first month of a baby's life, brain development, your baby cannot focus further than 8 to 12 inches away. So, that's just the right distance for him to gaze at your face when he's being held in the crook of your arm. Black and white patterns also draw his attention as well. And then, still in the very first month, we also have social development for your baby in the first month as well. Here, they enjoy, you will enjoy getting to know your baby, and they enjoy getting to see you as well, looking at you, staring at you, trying to see, oh, this is my mommy's face. I'm seeing this face every day, so this should be my mommy. She's the one breastfeeding me, she's the one bottle feeding me, so this should be my mother. So I mean, as much as you're enjoying your baby, they're also enjoying you as well. So you cuddle with him, you talk to your baby, you learn how to signal when he's sleeping. You give him or her plenty of tummy time while they are awake, and also put him to sleep as well. So social development, they are learning, okay, these are the things that we do, these are the routines, these are faces I'm seeing regularly, so these are people I'm practically going to be living with. They are not saying that, but in their mind they're like, oh, in their brain is developing, okay, this should be my mommy, this man that is also carrying me, this should be my daddy, that kind of thing. And then fun fact for this milestone, babies are wired to learn, so they do it best by imitating. And that is why we always say that parents should be careful what they do in the presence, or what they say or how they do things in the presence of their children, because children imitate you. It's exactly what you say. If a child and another child is fighting, they're going to say the exact same things that they see their parents say when maybe he or she's having an heated argument with someone. So children imitate you, so you always have to be careful the choice of words, the things that you say, and how you do the things that you do. So what to watch out for and common concerns are the first month. Each child develops at their own pace. First is first, do not compare your child. Yes, do not say that, this I did it, and it was later I gave myself a brain and said, what are you doing? I was just stressing myself and my baby mentally and emotionally. I just felt everybody's child is so big. What's wrong with you? Lo and behold, when we went to check, and the doctors are like, your child is perfect. What is the problem? See, being big or having a chubby baby doesn't equate to being healthy. It was then I gave myself a brain and said, okay, let my child be, and I also had the rest. So first things first, every child develops at its own pace. And you need to even have asked me as at then when I was worried that I'm not even on the big side, neither is my husband. I'm a size 8, so and my husband is just lege. So why was I wondering? I didn't know where I was looking for fat for my baby, but that's that. So first things first, every child develops at their own pace, so you need to note this. So do not compare that, okay, somebody at 1 month, their baby's already doing this, my own baby's already not doing this. Comparing them is a no-go area. It's not good for you, it's not good for the baby as well. So let the children be. Every child develops at their own pace. So but here's what I would advise. When you notice some things, you also have to talk to your doctor. Like for me, what I was doing for every time, because I was always going for immunization. So by the time I'm going for immunization, I already have a list of things I've written down in my note or my phone to ask the doctors or my pediatrician on what I've noticed, if this is right, if this is a normal thing for babies, if I should be worried. So I always had them. They even knew me. They knew me for my questionnaires and my notebooks and my series of questions. So I would advise that you talk to your doctor if your 1 month baby feeds slowly, if your 1 month old baby doesn't suck well, if your 1 month old baby has problems peeing or pooing, if your 1 month old baby doesn't seem to focus his eyes or watch things moving nearby, and doesn't react to bright lights, and then seems especially stiff or floppy, or doesn't respond to loud noise. Yes, I'll take it again. As much as I said that children develops at their own pace, you also should take note of things, and these are the things that you should take note of and you should ask your doctor or your pediatrician. First, at 1 month old, your baby should not feed slowly or should also suck well. So if your child is feeding slowly or they're not sucking well, you need to talk to your doctor. If your child has a problem with peeing or pooing, you need to talk to your doctor. If your child doesn't seem to focus his eyes or watch things moving nearby, you also need to talk to your doctor. If your child doesn't react to bright light and seem especially stiffy or floppy, or doesn't respond to loud noise or sounds, you need to talk to your doctor at 1 month. And then one thing that is important that you can do for your baby is encourage your baby to look at and reach for toys. Yes, make sure he or she gets plenty of time outside to enjoy. You can, back him or go in your stroller, go for walks, read to your baby every day. I know it's not easy, but sometimes it's something that you can try. Then, try as much to be there, engage them, do things that, they might, at that point is that you feel they're not, what's the point of reading books to them? You cannot even say anything yet. Keep doing it, they enjoy it, even if you don't know that they do. Enjoy it. Keep talking to your baby. Like me, when I come back, I wasn't, the 3 months stay at home and all of those things. So every time I was always talking to my baby, hey, ooh, wow. When it does makes any noise, I respond, ooh, are you trying to say hello? Just do that. It's a way of you bonding with your baby and encouraging them to do things as well. So let's go to month 2. Yeah. Physical development for month 2. Baby can lift their head briefly and they can turn it to the side when he or she is on their stomach. But when they're upright, you still need to support the head and the neck. Yes. And then although their arm move jerkily, they can still get their hand close to their mouth as well. That's for physical development for baby at the second month. And then we have for brain development. At birth, your baby's brain is at 25% of its adult size at birth. So at that point, it's not as big as, the brain is not yet there. So what I would say is at 12 months, your baby's brain will have grown to 70% of its adult size. Yes. So but baby's first year marks the most rapid brain growth of his or her lifetime. So during this time, the brain is developing, including learning and language abilities, and this is directly affected by baby's interaction to the world around the baby. So what you say, the things that you do, your baby's learning, and of course learning their language abilities as well. That is why your baby's busy soaking in all of a sudden you just see them say something that you've said maybe a while back and you're like, where did this come from? Yes, because they are busy soaking in all the sounds, the sights, the sensations, the smell, the language, and the emotional surroundings around them. So you need to be careful when you're saying some things. If you think that they did not hear, you'll be shocked they will finally say these things. So object as well, they recognize object and eye coordination are your baby's major developmental task at this stage. Yes, I'll take it again. Except for brain development at month 2, your baby's brain is at 25% of its adult size, and then at 12 months, your baby's brain will have grown to 70% of its adult size. And then the baby's first year marks the most rapid brain growth of his or her lifetime. And then during this time, the baby's brain is developing, which includes learning and language ability. So this is directly affected by the baby's interaction to the world around his or her. What your baby is busy soaking in, they're soaking in sounds, they're soaking in sights, they're soaking in sensations, they're soaking in smells, language, and emotional surroundings as well. And then at this time, object recognition and eye coordination. That's why sometimes when you take them for, like me now, when I take my baby for immunization, this is some of the things that they do there. I see them do their hand like this, trying to see if the baby is going with, they turn their hand like this, the baby's eye should go to that side as well. Wherever they turn their hand, the baby's eye should be turning as well. So they need to check the hand-eye coordination of your baby because it is a major developmental task at the stage at month 2. And then for social development at second month, babies are active communicators. Yes, at this point you see them trying to, So an infant shows interest by turning her head towards an object or by gazing at it. So if your baby needs a break, she will turn away. Cries are also a means of communication, so they tend to have different sounds depending upon the various cues, whether they're hungry, sleepy, gassy, or lonely, or in need of some attention. You see that attention, they always need it. So they always have different cues for different things when they're hungry, when they're sleepy, when they're gassy, when they're lonely, or they need your attention. This is just to name a few. So getting to know your baby's voice is a process of trial and error, because sometimes they'll be doing something, you're like, is he hungry? Is it this? So you have to do it like, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, where you know that, okay, this cue, this cry is for, I'm lonely. This cry is for hunger. This one is for, I need attention, So it's a trial and error thing, and you're able to master it. So you have to be patient and do your best to respond to their cues as well. This will teach you both trust and confidence. And then let's talk about fun fact and the milestones for month 2 is that babies will learn to reach towards you and may grab, they may grasp objects tightly for a few seconds. They are working on their hand-eye coordination, so you may catch them studying their hands. Looking at their hand. You notice that a lot. They will take their hands up, looking at it, trying to study it. I don't know what they're studying there, but at that point in time, the hand-eye coordination is working for them. So, what are the things to watch out for or concerns at 2 months? So, number 1 is a poor weight gain. Yes, poor weight gain, lack of responsiveness to light or noise, or extreme floppiness may be a warning signal of potential serious health concerns. Yeah, and then early detection and treatments are key. So you need to study your baby so well. You need to study your baby well to be able to, and then see, it's not too much to ask questions. I wasn't always bothered about whether the doctor will say, at least I'm paying. So, it is your job. It's not my job. I'm not a doctor. So I'm coming to you to ask you so that I'll be sure that my baby is fine. So don't feel bad like, oh, they're going to say I'm asking too much question, or they will say, this questionnaire woman has come. They called me that, but I didn't care. So do not feel like, oh, you're going to be bothering your doctors. You're going to be asking for too much. They are there so that they can help you out. So don't feel like you're, disturbing them. That's why they're there. So the things to watch out for: poor weight gain, lack of responsiveness to light or noise, or extreme floppiness may be a warning sign of potentially serious health concerns. And early detection and treatments are key. So be sure to contact your doctor if your baby has any of these symptoms. And then one important thing that you can do for your baby by 2 months is that baby should be drinking breast milk with vitamin D supplement or commercial formulas. So if you are not doing exclusive, ensure that you are giving your baby formula. Put your baby on a tummy daily so that it can strengthen their muscle. Yeah, they call something tummy time, so you can strengthen their muscle, and it will help them not to develop flat head. Yes, you see some children, they have flat head. It's not every time that you just put them bagada out to the back, their head bagada like that. Put them on the tummy, put them on the side as well. And then when he or she is on the tummy, put toys out of his or her reach so that they can, it helps they call something cognitive development as well, and milestones. So it helps them reach for those things. It's also a way of you helping them practice their crawling as well. So they will try to get the toys and all of those things. So you can even sit with them, talk to them, sing with them, all of those things. Describe what you're doing, naming familiar objects. Like me, when I'm bathing my son, at that very early stage, I would say, I'm washing your hand, I'm washing your bum, I'm washing your eyes, I'm washing your this, And we are so used to it still now. Even when we're bathing, he's always saying we should sing it. Mommy, wash your head. Mommy, wash your neck. So we're used to it now. So let's go to all you need to know at month 3. Yes. At month 3, let's start with physical development. Yes, we have 3 months usually begins a growth spurt for babies. At that point, you're like, I'm a G. I've done month 1, month 2, month 3 now. So your baby may be hungrier by now. They eat more now. Yeah. And then let them eat as much as they want. There is no, I don't know, why are you stopping them from eating? Do you have any other work for them? And at this stage, they don't have anything other than sleep, eat, play, sleep, eat, play. That's the routine. Yes, so let them eat as much as they want. And the bonus for breastfeeding moms, nursing burns calories. So for breastfeeding moms that feel, this, let me tell you now, nursing, burns calories, so which can help you lose the baby weight more quickly. But be careful not to lose too much weight at once. Feed yourself healthily and frequently as well. So ensure that you are fully, healthy, and you are doing it frequently as well. So let's go to brain development. Motor skills are getting stronger with them. So their motor skills is important. That's why we say tummy time, and then, put some toys away from them. Let them try to get those toys. Motor skills, by now, they should be stronger with them. And then the brain's architecture is growing as your baby interacts with the world. White matter, which affects the brain's speedy processing, is growing speedily. And then we also have the laying of foundation for creative thoughts as well. And at this stage, your baby watches faces intently. Yes, they follow moving objects, recognizes familiar objects and people at a distance. So you see them at this stage, maybe when they see their dad, they're already raising their leg. because they know that, okay, this is a familiar face. I'm seeing this face practically almost every day or even every day. So they already recognize the face. And then at this stage as well, they have started using their hand and eyes in coordination. They smile at the sound of your voice or begin to babble. They begin, that kind of thing. And then they begin to imitate some sounds and turn their head towards the direction of sound. So if your baby's not doing any of these things, you need to, call your doctor to be sure that all is well. And then now let's go to social development. I beg your pardon, social development. This is the time for laughter and plenty of coos. Yes, all the coos that will warm the heart of everyone your baby comes in contact with. This is the time your baby's personality begins to come into play, and play is the way to help your baby grow. Yes, so your baby will coo. When your baby coo, when you to do your own back, modulate your voice. Don't be afraid to do, some silly things with your baby. It's your baby, remember. So don't be afraid to do those things. It's you and your baby. So enjoy the moment, because they're not going to be babies forever. They'll grow. And at that time, if you wish, I did this with my baby. I wish I did this with my baby then. They would grow. So don't be afraid to do some really silly things with your baby. Now let's go to fun facts and milestones. Baby's tummy time usually spent with, they're usually spent doing stretching, kicking, may turn into partial rolls from side to the back. So you have to be careful. You need to watch them. Be sure to give your baby regular supervised tummy time, because sometimes they might turn from their side and land on the back. So you ensure that, the place is foamy enough so they do not get injured, or they are not, falling or turning to land their head on towels or on bed floor. Ensure that it is well padded, there is rugged, or there's enough mattress there. So be sure to give your baby regular supervised tummy time, which is important for development. And if your baby gets frustrated, they used to get frustrated. These babies, as much as they're not doing anything to bring any money, they get frustrated. So, and it is absolutely normal. It is normal. So don't be afraid to let him or her, squirm a little, but be always, be ready to give comfort and give them a different activity when it needs it. Sometimes they are bored. Sometimes they're like, every time this particular style, this particular thing. Let's do something else. So when you see that they're frustrated or they're crying to maybe change of environment or change of game or change of something, please be attentive to them and be able to come up with a different activity for them. So let's go to what to watch for or common concerns at 3 months. Like I said, every child develops at their own pace. So there is no comparing to, even for twins, triplets, their developments are different. So you cannot say, because this and this. Even for siblings, their development stage and rate, they're always different. But you have to talk to your doctor. If your 3 to 4 month old cannot support his head or her head well, you need to talk to your doctor. If they cannot grasp objects, you need to talk to your doctor. If they don't smile, you need to talk to your doctor. If they don't react to loud sounds or ignore new faces, you need to talk to your doctor. I'll take it again. Common concerns for development for a baby of 3 months to 4 months. If your child cannot support his head well, if they cannot grasp objects, if they don't smile, if they don't react to loud sounds or ignore new faces, you need to talk to your doctor. And then one important thing I also want to say for this stage is that, it's good that you offer your baby toys to look at. Yes, give them plenty of toys. Oh, this is a car, this is a mouse, this is an airplane, this is a this is a that. Introduce them one at a time. You can do 3 days of learning on car and car parts. Introduce them to it, to different toys, and introduce them to the parts as well. Let them learn. Allow your baby explore and focus on one thing each per time. And then use a variety of shapes, sizes, and bright colors. They're attracted to bright colors. Baby loves bright colors, yes. So they're attracted to bright colors. I know that my son, at that point in time, anything that had to do with yellow, he was always attracted to it. Anywhere there was anything yellow, you will say, whoa, So playing tracking games by moving your face and your toys back and forth, like hide and seek, yes, are also very good. Good toys at this age includes rattle, a soft doll, or a picture book. Yes, so take note of that. Okay, we still have 4, 5, 6, but before we do that, we'll go for this quick break, and then when I come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Remember, this is Mommy and I.
Not unto us, but unto the name of the Lord be all the praise. Come on.
All right, you welcome back. This is still Mommy and I with Lua Damilola. Thank you for staying with me. So fast as the program started, we'll be talking on first 6 months of a baby, what you should know. First 6 months of a baby's life, what you should know. And I'll be doing a quick recap on all I've said so far. I've talked on the first 3 months, and then I still have 3 more months to go. So I said for the first 3 months, I've said for stage 1, for month 1, I mean, I talked about the physical development, which includes hearing development. At that point, the baby should be able to hear well. Even if they're not saying anything, they should hear you well. So it is important that when you have your baby, you ensure that they carry out a hearing screening on your baby. It is important that this is done. And then for brain development, your baby cannot focus further than 8 to 12 inches away. So it is just the right distance for your baby to start gazing at you, staring at you intently. Yeah. And then for social development, I said you say it's a two-way thing. You enjoy your baby enjoys you. So talk to your baby, cuddle, talk to him, learn his signals and everything that you need to learn about your baby. It is a wonderful stage at that point in time. As much as it can be stressful, it is still wonderful as well. I mean, sometimes you just look at your baby and be like, this came out of me. Isn't God good? You know? I also talked about things that you should be concerned about, and I said that it's a key thing. I always say, as much as we want to say our children should be chubby, especially moms are always looking for chubby babies. Chubby doesn't equate or necessarily mean healthy. So and note that children development they develop at their own pace. So do not compare that. Oh, somebody's saying my baby started working at 6 months and yours is not working yet, and you're like, hey, my tyranny, it's not working. Hey, my village people. Auntie, calm down. Every child would work. They will work, but different milestone, different pace for different children. So take it easy. And then I also talk about for 1 month, things that you can do. Encourage a baby, read to them, play with them as well. Stroll, go out on a stroll with them. Just have fun with your children or your child at that point. I'm already saying children. It's like plenty people will be having twins this year. So be it. All right, so for second month, I talked about physical development. Yes, that your baby can lift their head briefly and turn it to the side when they are on their stomach. Yes, but when they are upright, they will still need the support for the head and the neck. Yes, and then at this point, for the second month, they are always having to bring their hand close to their mouth. So you have to watch out as well. Brain development, I said at month 2, at birth, your baby's brain is 25% of its adult size. But at 12 months, your baby's brain would have grown to 70% of its adult size, which means that your baby's first year marks the most important rapid brain growth of his or her lifetime. And then I said during this time, the development of a brain, while it is developing, your baby is directly affected by interactions that are happening around him or her. So your baby is busy soaking in sounds, sights, sensations, smells, language, and emotional surroundings as well. So you have to be careful the things that you say or do or how you do them around your baby. You think they're not noticing you, they are noticing you. And then I talked social development. I said babies are active communicators, so they have a way of telling you when they're hungry. You just have to know what cue is what cue is for what. Yes. So you need to know this cry is it for hunger? Is it because you're lonely? Is it because you want to sleep? Is it because you need my attention? It's a trial and error thing. You have to keep trying till you master it, and you be like, oh, I know what this cry is for. I know what this is for. I know what that is for. And then it will both teach you trust and confidence, and learn what to watch out for at month 2 if your baby is not gaining weight properly. It calls for concern. If there's a lack of responsiveness to light or noise or extreme floppiness, it's a warning sign of potential serious illness. Health concern, I beg your pardon. And also early detection is key, so always notice these things. When your baby is doing this, I was always messaging my doctor. Even till now, I still do. I call, hey, I noticed this. Hey, he's doing this. Is this normal? Is this right? Is it okay? Yes, and this is over 2 years and I'm still asking. So, they are there for us. That's why they're doctors, right? So be sure to, contact your doctor and ask as many questions as possible regarding your children. It is not too much to ask. And then for month 3, I talked about physical development. 3 months usually brings a growth spurt. Yes, so your baby may be hungry at this point in time. Let them eat as much as they want to. There is nothing they are doing, so there's no need for you to be saying one jeonju. There's nothing like jeonju or they are eating too much. Let them eat as much as they want to eat. And truth is, for mothers that do exclusive breastfeeding, nursing burns calories, but you also have to be careful not to overdo it. You have to ensure that you're eating well, and also frequently as well, because when you know how it is now. Let them suck once, you know how hungry you are. I was always carrying water or something beside me, because if my baby sucks once, every day. And then for brain development, motor skills are getting stronger by this time, and the brain architecture is growing as well as your baby interacts with the world. So it is important that you let them grow, because at this point you are laying the foundation for creative thoughts. Yes, and then for social development for 3 months, this is time for laughter and plenty of coos that will warm your heart and everyone that comes in contact with your baby. Calls for concern when if you offer your baby toys and they are just staring at it, they are not playing with it, you need to talk to your doctor. If your child, if your child cannot support his or her head well at 3 to 4 months, you need to talk to your doctor. If your child does not smile, you need to talk to your doctor. If your child does not react to loud sounds or ignore new faces, you need to talk to your doctor. Yes, you need to talk to your doctor if you notice any of these things. So now let's go to 4 months. Month 4. Physical development, baby is learning to roll over. Yes, so you have to help your baby to be able to sit independently and position him or her to play on both stomach or his stomach. And then brain development, your baby becomes more aware of his surroundings and wants to explore. So, their arm pump and their leg kicks as if they're swimming in the air. They wiggle, their wiggles get stronger. And the hand-eye coordination gets better as well. Your baby will be able to grasp objects and find ways to taste the world. Everything at this time goes into their mouth. Yes, everything. So you have to be very, very extremely careful what you leave within your baby's reach. Yes, and then let's talk about societal development, social development. For social development, your baby can laugh. Now they have a babbling conversation with you, and they recognize the sounds of different languages. So it's confusing for her to learn multiple languages at the same time. So they speak one at a time. Yes. And then for milestones, peekaboo is their favorite game. I remember my son, till now, he still loves it. Peekaboo, peekaboo. And they enjoy finding partial hidden objects. And they enjoy watching themselves in the mirror too. It's a delight for them, I'm telling you. So you have to become, babies also become more fascinated with other babies and children as well. So these are fun facts for 4 months. And then what to watch out for, calls for concern. Like I said, I'm saying it again, children develop at their own pace. But you need to talk to your doctor if your child seems very stiff or floppy. They still cannot hold his or her head steady, cannot sit on their own, does not respond to noises or smiles, your baby is not affectionate with those closest to him or her, or doesn't reach for objects. You need to speak with your doctor. And then one thing you can do for your baby, work on establishing a routine for sleeping, feeding, and playtime. Be flexible, but incorporate as much predictability for her as possible. There are steps to having a warm bath at night and a particular piece of music that you can play before feeding, so that, she will know that the cue is when you come and be sleeping. It's time to come and sleep, and all of those things, or to calm down or to just relax. So let's go to 5 months. Yeah. For month 5, physical development, your baby may give you your first hug. You might not know it's hug, but they're actually giving you your first hug at month 5. And then babies discover their body parts, tugging on their own ears is especially satisfying. Your babies may make their first attempt to sit up. They may have their first tooth. Some children are that early. Yes, they may have their first tooth at month 5. Babies will have better head control and raise head while lying down as well. Brain development, memories and attention span increase, which builds stronger recognition skills. And then babies begin to recognize words. When you say no, when you say nana, they try to repeat them through practicing various sounds. At this point in time, you hear them say dada. They might not say it directly or correctly, but they're already practicing. And then for social development, your baby is getting pretty good at giving you clear signals about what he wants, using both his, verbal skills and body language, such as raising both hands when he wants to be picked up. Yes, like carry me. Your baby is likely displaying a sense of humor too. No one likes to laugh alone, so please laugh with them, play with them as well. It's very important. Then let's talk about fun facts and milestones. Babies like music and can recognize melodies. They have heard while in their womb, so it should continue. Babies who listen to music show better communication skills. So play music as a focused activity. And you can try a variety of styles. So you can see which music or which song your baby likes or what their favorite is. So often you will know by the way your baby bounces to the beat or calms down or listens when he hears something he likes. Soft music is a great way for babies to wind down for sleep. Don't go and no. Soft music is good for baby to wind down for sleep. And now let's talk about concerns. Yeah. You need to talk to your first off. You say I've come again. Yes, I've come again. First off, you need to ensure and know that you need to know that developmental growth is not the same for every child. So if a child is having his or her first tooth at 5 months, does not mean that your own child, something is wrong with your child if your child is not having his or her own first tooth at 5 months. But what you should take note of, what you should be worried about first, if your baby seems very stiff or floppy, cannot hold his head steady, cannot sit on his or her own, does not respond to noise or smells, and is not affectionate with those closest to him or her, does not reach out for objects. But what I would suggest, talk to your doctor about other things that you can also try. Read together every day with your baby. Name objects you see in books around you. Oh, this is a goat. This is a car. This is a chair. This is a table. Do those things. As much as you think that they're silly, your child is enjoying it. And you also enjoy it as well in the long run. Make sure you're providing an enriched environment for your baby with a variety of safe toys. It is important that he has access to objects to help test his developing theories. Make sure that everything you give your baby to play with is unbreakable. They are lightweight and large enough that it cannot possibly swallow them. So ensure that when you are playing with your baby or when you are giving your baby things to play with, ensure that they are unbreakable, they are lightweight, and they are large enough that your baby cannot possibly swallow them or cut them or those things, chew on them. So if you run out of usual toys or maybe he has lost interest in them, plastic or wooden spoons, unbreakable cups, are endless entertaining and things that you can use and less expensive as well. So you can try that. Yeah, but you have to be careful. So now let's go to the 6th month, which is the final month that we're talking about today. For physical development, many babies can sit up and roll over. By now, they're already showing that 6 more months to 1, so they're beginning to show themselves. So many babies can sit up and roll over by now. They will roll over often if, they're already rolling by 6 months. Yes, so your baby is ready for and needs to be introduced to solid foods. Yes, at this time, it's time for solid foods. So breast milk is, as much as breast milk is hugely beneficial, you also need to consult your doctor for how to introduce solids. Begin simply with one appropriate food at a time. Don't say, I want to test this, I want to give him this, give him that. One appropriate food. I tried pap first, and then I later proceeded to, was it Tom Brown? Yes, I later proceeded to that. So one appropriate food at a time. And then for brain development, babies by now should be able to focus more on objects. They should begin to move objects around with their hand and continue to be very interested in faces, in words, and in interaction, because soon your baby may start transferring objects from one hand to the other. Your baby's vision will also be clearer. Your baby might notice at this time, you might notice your baby's concentration on one object or toy, or following a moving object like a ball as it rolls around the room. Position a safe mirror securely on the wall near the ground and let your baby enjoy studying his or her own reflection. They enjoy it. They enjoy seeing themselves. Oh, that's what they will do. For social development, at this time, your baby is interactive. They're more, they're now more vocal. Yes. So by 6 months of age, your baby might recognize his or her name. By then, when you say this, when you call them, say Moya, for example, Moya, they already know that you're calling them. Yes, they already are, familiar with your name. And then for fun fact, your milestone, your child is very interested in food. They like food. Yeah, so, and also music can help soothe entertain and teach them. So try playing classical music, lullabies, and simple toy instruments with your baby. What to watch out for and concerns at this stage. Everything goes into their mouth, so you have to be very extremely careful. So you have to be careful, be aware of choking hazards, and then your baby can reach for more items now that it can sit up. So you have to be careful. Take things that you know that are harmful or dangerous away from their reach. Take it away from. Don't say I was there, I turned away. Take everything away from their reach. God will not allow us to put ourselves in problem. And then what I also want to say is one more thing that you can also do, as much as they've done all this thing, talking to your baby is very important. You talk to them, talk some more, talk some more to them. Your tone of voice can communicate ideas and emotions. So ask your baby questions. Describe what you see, what you hear, what you smell around you. Count toys, sing songs to them. Don't think that, these things are really silly. How can I be doing this? Even where do I see the time? I'm tired, this and this. But they are yours. Remember that, it is how you train the children that will grow up to be. And of course, that you give accounts to God on how you raised the seeds that He has given to you. So on this note, we'll draw the curtain on the show today. Yes, and I hope that you have learned one or two things or the other. I have learned. And for those of you that, what do I do? My baby first 6 months. There you have it. Thank you for listening. And you can also follow me directly at Dolayemi at DOLLAYEMI. DOLLAYEMI. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.